As of now, the Father says, I see the shadows that grow longer across your path, the uncertainties that eat away at your heart, and the worries that ensnare your very being. If you are experiencing difficulties right now, I want you to know that I am not the one who caused them. It is not my arrows that are piercing you, rather, they are the fiery darts of the adversary, who is attempting to inflict wounds on you and divert your attention away from my love. I warn you not to confuse the mutterings of the adversary with my own voice. Raise the shield of faith to a high place. It is a shield that was made in my fire, and it is resistant to the lies and accusations that are targeted toward you. Refuse to let doubts and questions inside your house when they come knocking on your door and clouding your head. It is important to keep in mind that I am the architect of your salvation, not your punishment. You should look deep within your heart and try to find the seeds of hatred and bitterness that have taken root there. The flow of my peace and joy into your life is obstructed by these festering wounds, which are nourished by frustration and misunderstanding. Please, child, let go of them. I will cleanse and restore your wounded spirit if you let go of them and release them to me. Take comfort in the fact that I am always here with you and that you are not alone. Your time of need has not been a time when I have abandoned you. You are worthy of receiving healing on this day, a healing that penetrates to the most inaccessible parts of your being. I have made the yoke that I have prepared for you simple, and the burden that I offer is not heavy. To free yourself from the burden of your own expectations and the crushing problems of this world, you must release yourself. Your focus should not be on the plots of the adversary, but rather on the wonderful future that I am constructing for you. My word is unwavering and trustworthy, and I will never allow you to be let down by my promises. In spite of the fact that the entire world may turn its back on you and even those who are closest to you may waver in their support, I will continue to be your strong anchor. I want you to feel the warmth and strength that comes from having my arms wrapped securely around you. Take in my peace, allow it to permeate your entire being, and then let go of all your fears, worries, and uncertainties. I am your solace, your refuge, and the ever-present source of strength that you can always count on. I have heard your cries for assistance, and I have heard your petitions that have reached my ears. Your deliverance is on the horizon, and neither your foot nor your foot will falter. I am here to offer you a route of trust and confidence that will lead you higher to a place of victory and joy, even though the abyss of despair may appear to be looming enormous. Child, if you walk with me, you will not be let down in any way. My plan for your life will ultimately bring you into its entirety, and I will lead you, protect you, and ultimately bring you into it. I am speaking to you today with this word. Keep in mind that I will never leave your side, even if the world comes to an end. According to what the Father has revealed to us today, I am moving over the rivers of your soul just as I moved upon creation. The pull of my spirit, which is drawing you closer and beckoning you higher, is it something you feel? Today, I am not speaking to you from the convenience of your earthly havens. Rather, I am speaking to you from the peak of my holy mountain, where I am bathed in the unending sunlight of my presence. Are you famished for the things that are actually important to you? Are you yearning for a serenity that is beyond comprehension, joy that cannot be extinguished, and a fullness that does not leave any room for emptiness? These priceless treasures are not to be discovered in the ephemeral pleasures of this world, nor in the knowledge that men possess. The only place where they can be discovered is in my presence, on the peak of the mountain where my glory resides. Put the earthly sources of knowledge and satisfaction behind you and get away from them. It is possible that these fluids will temporarily satisfy your thirst, but they do not provide any genuine nourishment. You will not find any angels protecting those wells, nor will you find any heavenly counsel to guide you to a more profound comprehension. My holy mountain is the only place where you will discover the cloud during the day and the fire during the night, which serves as a constant reminder of my presence and protection. You are invited to ascend the slopes of my love. Ascend the route of desires that have been relinquished and leave behind the plains of Sodom and the sameness that is the only thing that the world has to give. The comfort of your routines and the convenience of your earthly habits are things you should give up altogether. In the crevice of the rock, I am waiting to bring you into my arms and to show you the breadth and depth of my love. Please touch my face, my dearest. I want you to experience the comfort of my forgiveness and the power of my wounds to heal. I want you to wash my feet with the tears of gratitude that you have for me, for it is in your vulnerability that I gain pleasure. Acceptance and love are the only things that may be found here. On my mountain, there is no room for criticism. The life you are living is the life you were destined to live, the destiny that is sewn into the very fabric of your being. You should not let the people who spread fear and hatred in our world affect your decision to act. Their promises are worthless, and the delights they bring are transient. I offer you a life that will last forever, a love that will never fail, and a joy that is limitless in its scope. It is important to allow your feet to remain agile and sure-footed on the rocky slopes, just like a hind's feet. Please extend your hand and take hold of the hand of my angels, who are standing by, ready to hoist you up and lead you along the route that leads to the summit. You need not be afraid, since you will not fall. You will not feel any tremors. Beloved, this is the calling that you hold. Go to a higher level. Please go into the light of my glory and leave the shadows behind you. When you come to this place, on my holy mountain, you will discover all that you have ever sought, everything that your heart has ever desired. Arrive. I urge you to come with me. Go to a higher level. Before the video continues, I request you to join my channel for my financial help, or you can help by super thanks. I am saying that the time for your blessing has arrived, and the Father says that you have the ability to determine your own season in my kingdom. Take in the sound of this word, and allow it to reverberate deep throughout your being. It is not necessary for you to continue praying the same phrases over and over again, year after year, month after month, and day after day. The answer to your question is yes, yes, and amen. I have heard you, and heard you again and again. After being prayed with steadfastness, certain petitions eventually reach a degree of completeness. They are absorbed into the skies, where they transform into seeds of promise that are waiting to blossom in your life. The only thing that remains is anticipatory anticipation, a joyful expectancy of the response. Have no doubts, for I am dependable in providing an answer. Your pleas were heard at the specified moment, and I responded to them based on what I heard. You have asked me numerous times, and there is no longer any reason for you to continue asking me. How could you possibly be unaware of the fact that the key to heaven is already in your possession? You only need to take a moment to collect your breath, because the solution is soon to become apparent. There are instances like these, for sure. The solution is not just on its way, it is already close at hand, and it is practically at the door. To the youngsters, I encourage you to open your hearts and allow the waves of joy to wash over you. You should rejoice in my constancy, because I am a God who honors the promises that I make. I am Jehovah Jireh, the Lord who delivers what is needed. The ram that was caught in the bush belongs to you. It is a representation of my unending supply for all of your requirements. Every inquiry that you pose and every requirement that you express finds its way to my ears. Not only am I not ignoring you, but I am also not avoiding the challenges that you are facing. It is true that I am here with you, in the midst of you, and that I will never abandon you or leave you behind. You are the recipient of my favor, which is unchanging and unchanging. Make your way to me, my cherished children. It is time to stop hiding and stop searching in vain. Come to me and take in everything that I have in store for you. Take a seat in my bosom, and allow my love to wash away all of your uncertainties and worries. Your life will be reshaped and remolded in accordance with my perfect purpose as you witness my constancy. There is now a time for blessings to be bestowed. Allow your hearts to be open and receive. I want you to rejoice, my children, because the fulfillment of all of my promises is upon you. Today, the Father says, a word of correction is resting upon my lips. It is a gentle word that is intended to bring you closer to my heart. Maintain a corrective attitude. Please do not let your pride get in the way of the fire that I use to refine you. Please keep in mind that the reprimands I give you are not an indication of my dissatisfaction, but rather a demonstration of the fact that I consider you to be a son. What would be the point of me ignoring or forsaking people who are the very center of my attention? In contrast, the correction that I offer is a gift. It is a pruning of the vine that enables it to produce even more fruit. Certainly, you will prune, but at some point in the future, you will say, Lord, I think you pruned too much. Have faith in me. You should continue to have faith in me despite the fact that your heart is feeling empty and your eyes are filled with tears. I am now employed. In your favor, I am currently working. Despite the fact that the procedure may feel harsh and intolerable, you must yield to my hand. In the end, the blessing will come about as a result of your willingness to surrender. You will eventually find the answers that you have been looking for a very long time, just like jewels that have been unearthed from the fruitful ground of your obedience. I am aware of the fact that you are fragile, and I am also aware of the aspects of your life and heart that you would prefer people to be unaware of. It does not come as a surprise to me. I am familiar with your shortcomings, therefore you should not be afraid of them. In front of me, I have exposed every single weak spot in your defenses and every single flaw in your armor. Nevertheless, it is precisely in these situations that my grace has the greatest potential to shine. It is like a deluge that washes over your imperfections, washing and renewing them while filling the spaces with my strength and love. Take a look at my mercy, which is limitless and overflowing. In the future, it will continue to encompass you, removing the stains of the past and liberating you from the shackles of darkness that have held you captive for such a long time. This is the season of coming back, a time to mend the fences in your heart and to bridge the gaps that have been constructed as a result of being separated from someone. Make your way back to me, my dear, and I will fill those areas with the light that I have to provide. The frost of uncertainty and dread will be melted away by the warmth of my love, leaving behind a fertile foundation where hope might flourish once more. Before the video continues, please like the video, share it with your family and subscribe to the channel and check out the link in the description. Thanks for watching the video. It is important to keep in mind that my love is unending and flows towards you in a steady stream, regardless of the circumstances you are in. Your foundation is the anchor that keeps you solid in the middle of the storms that life throws at you. It is the foundation upon which you stand. As I am here to catch your tears, you should feel free to let them flow freely. When waves of sadness threaten to consume you, keep in mind that I am your safe haven, your solace in times of despair. My presence is your refuge. Regardless of the allegations that are leveled against you, I will forever be by your side, protecting you with the favor that I have not earned and putting an end to the voices of uncertainty. Those of you who are my children, I make this pledge to you. People who make fun of and criticize others will be hushed, and their embarrassment will be a stark contrast to the unwavering faith that you have. Because your faith in me serves as both a defense and a stronghold, providing you with a solid groundwork upon which you can construct a life filled with happiness, purpose, and triumph. Listen to what I have to say, my dearly loved ones, and allow it to be engraved in your hearts. Maintain a willingness to be corrected, show vulnerability, and welcome my love with open arms. You are on the route that leads you back to the heart of the Father, and this is the path that leads to genuine joy. Now, my children, I want you to walk forth with your heads held high and your hearts filled to the brim with my love. The world is waiting for the manifestation of your transformation, the fruit of your submission, to come into existence. As a demonstration of the transformative power of my love, you should be the light that shines brilliantly in the darkness. Due to the fact that I am constantly by your side, even until the end of time. Today, the Father asserts that the only vessel I possess with which to bestow upon you everything that heaven has to offer is the present now. Are you able to provide an answer right now? Is it finally possible for you to comprehend that today is the day that you will be saved? Put an end to looking into the haze of the future and looking for a promise that is already in your possession. Everything you need to know about your triumph and your breakthrough is right here, right now. Together, you and I are going to take a march today, and we are going to fight every fear and doubt that has the audacity to stand in your way. We are going to take the next step in achieving everything that I have promised you. It is not necessary for you to bring binoculars on this trip, youngster. It is not some far-off point on the horizon that the hour of your visitation is. Rather, it is right here, right now, in this precise minute. Dear child, please open your eyes. Give them the order to look. Please allow them to be illuminated by the light of revelation. In your words, take a look at everything that the Father has prepared for you. You are the recipient of this inheritance, your share. At this point, there is no longer any need to wait. At this very now, the same things that you formerly believed were forbidden to you are now laying at your feet, waiting to be opened as presents from heaven, specifically for you. Take pleasure in my generosity on this day. Many thanks for everything that I have already accomplished. I tell you to come into the work that has been completed because you have prayed and you have yearned for them. You were given dominion, and I instructed you to subdue it. Now, seize control of the region that you refer to as life, and ascend to the position of principality and authority within it. Avoid letting the adversary take the position that is rightfully yours. He is not a bona fide authority, rather, he is nothing more than a shadow projected by your uncertainty. Your mouth should declare the truth, and you should say, "The Lord rebuke you." Take a look at how the weight of my strength is carried by your words, which are pushing back the darkness and clearing the way in front of you. Put up a fight against the adversary, maintain your unwavering faith, and be assured that I will be by your side every step of the way. This is where I come to put all of my good word into action on your behalf. For you, my kid, it is your day. Grasp it in your hands. Accept the present moment. It is time to start your victory. Before the video ends, I would recommend the Holy Bible to read. Please check out the link in the description.